Well, hey there. Here's the truth that most families don't hear until it's typically too late. Dementia care isn't just about patching holes, it's about having a map. But most caregivers, they never get one. I'm Laura Wilkerson, and I've walked into hundreds of homes over the past 25 years. And what I can tell you is, it's rarely the behaviors that are breaking a family. It's actually the lack of a plan. Because most people are given a diagnosis, maybe a pamphlet, and then they're left to figure everything out all on their own. And because they care so deeply, they start reacting to whatever's on fire that day. And you cannot constantly be in reactive mode every single day of your life. It's a wandering episode, a sleepless night, or a refusal to shower. But all of that reacting, it keeps you stuck in survival mode and it never gets you ahead for the next challenge. So, I've been talking about closing the gap and the gap that exists in medical care. And I'm not talking about fixing one behavior or getting your mom to shower this week. I'm talking about the massive gap between the diagnosis and a daily care plan that actually works for you. It means moving from crisis response mode to clear steps that help you predict what's coming and to help you prepare for it. Because that's what most families are still missing. And it's why support groups and doctor visits, while very helpful, still leave you feeling so overwhelmed. And this is why during medical visits, the very first step that I teach families is clarity, because you can't build a care plan if you don't understand what you're dealing with. And clarity looks like knowing, even more important than the stage that your loved one is truly in, and not just what you think or what Google says. It's what are their abilities? What are they able to still do right now? Because for far too long, we've been trained to box people into these stages. And when we do that, we're not looking at their abilities and what they can still do. We don't talk about the next phase, like what behaviors or what things might come next, or what should you prepare for. And rarely do we talk about your person's care needs. We talk about what they look like now, but we don't talk about what they're going to look like in a month or 2 months, so that you're not just preparing for today. And without clarity, you're patching those holes. But with clarity, you're building a plan, and a plan that's sustainable for you without burning you out. But the problem is, most families, they never get to this point. And it's not because they aren't trying hard enough. It's because the system doesn't offer you a roadmap. It wasn't built for this type of care. It gives you that diagnosis, prescriptions, some brochures, but not a strategy, not pacing, not mentorship, not a guide. And so therefore you stay stuck asking the same questions on repeat and beating yourself up for not doing it right. But here's the thing, you were just never shown how to make a plan. And if any of this sounds familiar to you, if this is your day-to-day life, if any of this made you felt just a tiny wave of relief, just hearing this laid out, that's exactly what we're going to do inside of the Dementia Caregivers Academy membership. We don't just react, we plan. We teach frameworks, step by step, starting with clarity and ending with calm. And right now, you can join the membership as a founding member for less than most copays for a single office visit. So if you're ready to stop patching the holes and finally get a real plan, just check the link in the comments below. I hope to see you there.